Good afternoon, students. In the last lecture we discussed about cold water supply. Today, we shall now look into hot water supply system. The cold water we use on our home can always be converted to hot water when it is needed. But today, we are going to discuss hot water supply system. At the end of this lecture, the students should be able to describe hot water and the usage at home. The students should be able to state the two types of hot water supply system and describe them. The students should be able to make a simple sketch of direct hot water supply and the indirect hot water supply. The student should also be able to state the common method of hot water distribution. And lastly, they should be able to make a simple design of those methods of hot water distribution. After that, we shall now go to see what we intend to achieve in this lesson. Students, like I introduced the topic for you, that we are going to discuss hot water supply. The first thing that comes to me is that what is hot water? When we look at cold water, we say it's natural, that comes either from the stream. All water comes from the rainfall, goes through the stream, either river or ocean. All those are natural cold water. The hot water is that when the temperature of this cold water is rising up to 53 or thereabout, it is called hot water in our domestic homes. How do we raise the temperature of a hot water? Locally, when we go to our home, you want to bath during cold period. If you feel cold, you don't want to use cold water. You have to use either firewood, use other fuel method of heating your water. As a student, when you go to your hostels, you see where students use water heater directly to connect to the socket and heat their water. But in the distribution, in water supply system, in your home, the heating of that water through that means, using a common heater, will not be enough to heat the water and distribute it for everybody's usage at home. So the need for us to look at the method of supplying this hot water is very necessary. Also, when we ask, what do we need hot water for? In the kitchen, we need hot water. Dry cleaners need hot waters. Also, in our bathroom, we need hot water. Those are the common places we use hot water in our domestic homes. Now, having seen what is hot water and what the hot waters are used for, we want to see how do we heat this water and how do we distribute this water. That is what you are going to see. In this clip, we shall see what it means by direct hot water supply. When we say direct water in cold water system, we say the water that comes from the source, passes through into your home, distributed to various points directly without being stored. It's called direct water. But the hot water does not go through that way, because the heating point is not every point that requires hot water. it is some few selected sanitary appliances that requires hot water. So the distribution cannot come from the main part. So what is happening is that the water is taken to a what? A reservoir, a water system. When the water comes, the cold water passes through there, through the service pipe. It goes to the water system. And the water system now, it is now the returning pipe, it is now connected to what is called a water heater through a cylinder. In the direct system, that every point that requires hot water has a water boiler. So the water boiler now heat water and supply that particular point directly. It supplies that point directly. It is possible that one point may require hot water at that particular time, while other may not. So what you require at that time is that if there is a control switch, you have a boiler. Particularly, for instance, when you go to some homes today, in their bathroom, they have a boiler there. They have a cylinder and a boiler that heat water for them, independently from any other toilet or bathroom. So you find in the whole home that every bathroom has its own separate boiler. So you boil water at your own convenience, and you use the water at your own convenience. When the water is heated, it is now used at that point. And that is why they call it a direct hot water supply. The direct hot water supply, it does not require any interruption. So it heats directly and use the water, consume that water at that particular point. So in this system, you find the cylinder. Anytime you take away this content of water you want to use either for bathing, immediately from this system, the water system now feed in the what? The boiler with another water. So it does not empty the boiler. But as the water boils, all the times in that place, there is what is called rings of lime. A lime, a chemical, you find it becomes whitish there. It forms, and when it forms, and creates a lime. So to avoid the cases of this happening in the direct water system, that is why the creations of a new method called the indirect hot water supply system is suggested. Then we ask, what is indirect hot water supply system? What is indirect hot water supply system? If I am boiling water directly with my heater in the point called direct hot water supply, then what should mean by indirect hot water supply? That indirect hot water supply means that the water heating system in the home is centralized. The water heating system is so centralized that it is only the distribution that differentiates them. The water heating system is centralized with the cylinder. The water does come through the cylinder, a central cylinder that heats water through the boiler, and now it distributes to various points. It now distributes what? To various points. Let's now have a look. You now see the difference. This one has what? A heater, heating directly. This one has a central heating point and now distributing the hot water to those various points. That is what makes it what? An indirect hot water supply system. Having had the difference between the two, we shall now go to see a diagram differentiating the two systems of hot water supply in our home. From my description here, you see the cold water supply here. It is filling the system here. And the system in turn again move cold water tanks here and move the water here down to the cylinder. The cylinder now move the water now to the boiler. You see, now when it moves to the boiler now, this is the hot water takeoff. This is now the hot water takeoff. Now, because it is a hot water, we expect the pipe, that is why we call it an expansion pipe. So the pipe here, it can decide to swell up, but this is called, now it goes here now to the system back again. So majorly, you find that here, it is a single boiler into this domestic. If there is another fittings that require hot water, it will also have its own boiler again. So if you look at here, this is direct hot water supply. But in the indirect hot water supply, when you look at it, you find that the diagram here, it is more cumbersome than the direct hot water supply system. The indirect here, the water here feeds the system. And the system here goes here. This is what is called the primary flow pipe. It's called what? The primary flow pipe. This one flows the water down to the boiler. And this pipe you are seeing here now, it is the primary return. When it flows now, it now returns back to the cylinder here. And that is the primary return. This is the boiler. Now, in the boiler here, in the bigger house, we cannot see it. This one here, the water here, it is centrally located. And it distributes the water again. This is another takeoff. It distributes the water to other supply system. And you see a cold water tank is also here. And here, you see, this is one, this is another one. But this one is central here, supplying here, and also is supplying this other side. And that is why it is called an indirect hot water supply system. That's what makes the difference. Here it is central, which is one. Every point has its own heater. But this one here, every is central, is have a central heater that is supplying here and is also supplying the other side with hot water for the domestic purpose. We will now go to look at a simple design when we have how do we distribute this water. In the method of distribution, you will now see the different method of distribution of this water. Having had the two methods of hot water supply, we shall now look at ways of distributing this water. What is distribution? The systems where you take this water to various points. And in it, we have common four methods. The four methods of this distribution is one, the trunk and branch system, the core system, the whole house manifold system, and demand initiated circulation system. In this case, you will see how I'm going to demonstrate by a diagram to see whether when you have a central heating system, how can you distribute this water. One, in the trunk and branches system. This is a water heater point. A pipe will be connected to it this way. When this pipe is connected, here, there's another trunk here, come here, supplying these fittings. When it goes further, it goes here, another fittings may be here, it supply these fittings. It goes here, another fittings may be here, it supply it. It goes further again, you come here, it can go, depending on numbers of fittings. It goes here, this one can supply another fitting here. This one can supply another fitting, it depends on the positions of fitting. If there's another fitting here. And this type of fittings here, fittings here, fittings here, fittings here, fittings here, fittings here. This one, it is called, this pipe here that is taking this water direct is called the trunk. But these ones here are called the branches. And that is why it is called the trunk and branches system. The next one you are going to see is the core system. The core system is hot water here. The core system is the heater here, the central heater here. In this system here, it does not have really a trunk. When there is a fittings here, goes, this one 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 goes. It does not send water to any trunk. Directly, they take water, the fittings take water from the boiler. From the boiler. So this is water heater. Water heater here. So these are the fittings. Features, whether WC or bag. So all these ones here, it supplies water here directly to those points on their own. The difference between here is that this one has to take the water from this water tank before it starts distributing them to the branches. But here it has no branches. Everybody takes water directly from the wall, the water heater. The other one we have the whole house manifold. The whole house manifold also have a central heater here. What it does is that it has what is called the manifold. The manifold goes this way and goes this way. In the manifold, it can distribute this, it distributes this, it distributes this, it distributes, can go this way, and go this way. Sometimes they call it parallel water distribution system. Why is it that it doesn't have? You will make sure that in the designs of your plant, in the locations of this water heater, it is located that you'll be able to distribute this pipe connecting directly to this one. This one also takes a manifold here. This is called the manifold pipe. So, but it distributes water to these fittings here in a parallel form. It's not scattered one like you used to see the other one, this system. So these ones are the fittings here arranged in this way. The pipe will just go in a parallel directions. Here, why I use this method here is that this pipe here, the piping system here, the pipe must be a very flexible one. Must be a very flexible pipe that can make this distribution. Lastly, we have what is called the demand-initiated circulation system. In the demand-initiated circulation system, we have a water heater here. The water heater here, what it does is that it makes a circulation. You go this way, it goes this way, it goes back to this point here. In this direction, it gives you direction of where the water goes, direction of where the water goes, direction of where the water goes. It comes down here, and it goes here. Here, we have a valve there. In the valve there, you see check valve. This one here, we check, this is called check valve. The here is the circulation. Here now, you now fix your fixtures. You now fix your fixtures. So these ones are where you are going to take off the hot water. Now, what makes a difference? In this case, the water heater here, the ambient water that is discovered here, it is returned back to the circulation here. It is returned back to circulation here. But the waters are taken in form of this way, and it is pumping down back here, and it has a valve here. So any ambient water here, the check valve here will not allow it to go into the water heater. the circulation, and that is where you see the directions of water coming here. So when you have indirect water supply system, when it has a central heating system where it needs water distribution, you will now choose out of the design. It depends on the structure you have. It depends on the designs of the building plan. It depends on the locations of your fittings. It depends on whatever you feel it is convenient. Now you will now look at it, which one is more suitable for you. So you can now use this one to design a hot water distribution in your home. When we look at the indirect hot water supply system, I want to remind you that when you go to some hotels, some big hotels, they wouldn't want you buy so many heaters. In the big hotels, they have a central heater where it makes such distribution with these various units. So the central heater is mostly used in a big structure where there are many outfits there, fixtures or sanitary appliances that require hot water. So centrally, the water will be heated and will be distributed through all of these means. So this one will guide you anywhere you find yourself, on the side, at home, to have a client. You will be able to describe to them and give them an alternative for what to choose on the hot water distribution you would like in your building. So at this juncture, one, you read through this work, you should be able to answer the question you are going to see. Having listened to the discussion in the class on hot water supply, the students should be able to answer the following questions. One, what is hot water supply? What is hot water supply system? Two, state two methods of hot water supply system. State two methods of hot water supply system. Three, the student should draw a sketch showing an indirect hot water supply system. Four, the student should describe a core system of hot water distribution. A core system of hot water distribution system. After you answer the questions, you will now send your answer, brief answer, to my mail, and the email address is muazinbeji@gmail.com. muazinbeji@gmail.com. Having listened from the beginning to the end, you notice that we discuss hot water supply system in our community. Mostly, we are able to discuss what is called hot water and where do we need hot water in our home. We also look at the two common types of hot water supply system. The ones that have the direct and indirect. The one that is connected to heater in every point of needs of hot water is called the direct. The one that has a central heating systems where it distributes water to various ones are called the indirect hot water supply system. In the case, we have also seen drawings and make a scale to differentiate between the direct and indirect hot water supply. And lastly, we went into to look at if we have a central hot water boiling system that supplies water, what are the various methods of the distribution? And the distributions we mentioned, we have the trunk and branch system, we have the core system, we also have the whole house manifold systems, and we have the demand initiative circulation system. You will now see from the diagram where I demonstrated how these parts can be connected to distribute water right away from the water heater. And this is exactly what we have intended achieving at the end of this course. And by this time, the students should be able to answer these questions I posed for you correctly and send the answer immediately. Thank you for listening to the lecture.